Hyperconsumerism in 2026 has seriously gotten out of control. Stores are literally overflowing, houses are filled to the brim, and somehow we're still being told we don't have enough. Corporations have figured out how to turn personality into inventory, convincing people that who you are is what you buy. Being extremely materialistic isn't seen as excessive anymore, it's considered normal. In today's video, we're breaking down how we got here, what it's actually doing to people, and as usual, I'll be reading some of your comments in today's video, so if you want to be featured in the next one, definitely make sure to drop your thoughts down below.
The sheer amount of shit, overstock, and home goods.
You can't even walk down the aisle.
Wild. This is like very much, and this is every nook and cranny of the store. It's not just these aisles. Super huge sign that people are not buying junk anymore. I'm only here because Maxx loves this, and tomorrow's his birthday.
I don't know if it's a sign that people aren't buying junk. I think it's the exact opposite. I think TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods really gives off a good representation of like the state of the economy, or maybe like America and our society, because it didn't always look like that. At once upon a time, a couple of years ago, maybe many years ago, as far as I remember, TJ Maxx was fairly organized and everything was once on shelves. Now it's disgusting. Now it's like a hoarder's wet dream. And honestly, last I remembered, they were like pretty cheap. That's why I would go to TJ Maxx. Discounted stuff, overstock stuff. Nope. They're charging crazy unrealistic prices for stuff that I thought was supposed to be discounted. They're charging like full retail. It's ridiculous. Anywho, I wanted to read a couple of comments that people had left on that TikTok because I thought it's hysterical. In agreement with me, the first comment, plus their prices are outrageous now, right? I'm glad I'm not the only one that realized this, because I swore that years ago, you'd go there for discounted things. Like I'd get discounted clothing, discounted food. Now, when I check it all out, they're charging outrageous prices. And it almost seems like people don't even look anymore. All this stuff is just like a vessel of junk to get you hooked on the credit card. That's the whole point.
Everything my husband got me for Valentine's Day. He got me another love bracelet because I lost my plain gold one. This one is platinum with all diamonds. Next, he got me this crystal embroidered Valentino bag because it's Valentine's Day. My sister helped him pick out this little Dior jacket. My favorite part's the back because it has a giant heart on it. He got me custom silk pajamas that say star on them. Star! I've been very into plants lately, and he got one for my desk. This little pink jacket, which kind of makes me look like a penguin. Shoes that I tried on but didn't buy. They have little pink bows on them. My favorite gift is this little blueberry muffin that he painted himself. I'm not gonna say what that looks like.
It really is a shame that like the younger generation isn't going to know what like these holidays once were. Valentine's Day, you're supposed to be spending time with your significant other, you know? Now all it is you like judge your partner based on the amount of materialistic stuff and money that they spent, all on items. It really, really, really is sad that this is the way the new world is going. And it's also why most people are broke, because they keep keeping up with trends that are literally designed by, you know, massive corporations to be never ending, constantly churning out new trends and new designs and new fads and new fast fashion things just to keep you on the hook, because it never ends, constantly spending all of your hard-earned money. Wake up, guys. Come on. Does this make anyone else sick? It just kept going. That was like 6 aisles filled with different colored water bottles. And the worst part is people won't just buy one. We've made videos in the past, I don't know if you guys have seen, talking about people's insane hyperconsumerism collections as well as just regular collections. And it's nuts. People hoard these bottles, hang them up on the walls, paying full retail. We're talking like $40 to $60 a pop per water bottle to never be used on a shelf. And the worst part is, in a couple of months, the trend will be over, the bottles will be worthless, and you'll be broke and on to the next trend. How do I know this? Because I legit went to TJ Maxx a couple of weeks ago with my fiance. We walked through one of the aisles, and I swear to you, I saw Stanley's on the shelf, discounted for $20. discounted for $15. Trend's over, guys. If you invested all your money into that, I feel sorry for you. Anywho, I wanted to read a couple of comments that you guys had left on previous like hyper-consumerism and collection videos, because we've made several on this channel. This isn't the first one. Highly recommend you check them out if you haven't already, and subscribe while you're at it. But if you want to get featured in the next episode, definitely make sure to drop your comments, thoughts, and experiences down below. My parents taught me, if you can't pay cash for it, don't buy it. I've lived by those words. Yeah, it really is a shame that like most of the places that you go to always are pushing you to get on credit cards. And, you know, if you're disciplined and you do good, like everyone seems to think that they are, I guess it's okay, generally speaking. Like, then they don't make that much money off of you specifically, even though you are doing their dirty work. Most people don't know, but credit card companies make the most money from charging merchants a percentage of every single transaction that you get. Something to think about here. But other companies, they do profit a lot off of people paying the minimum and charging absolutely absurd interest rates like 30%. But that's society, if you haven't realized. You go to Disney World. The second you walk in, would you like to get a Disney credit card? You get points at dinner with a credit card, blah, 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 blah. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, credit card. Costco shoves a credit card down your throat. Here's a blanket. Here's a toaster. Get my credit card, because they want to get you guys hooked. They want to get you guys on the cycle. They want you chained up and forced to be paying, because they know that once they get you guys on the credit card, you'll be more apt to spending more of your hard-earned money, because it's much easier to swipe than it is to pay cash or anything else.
This is where I draw the line. What on earth is the point of that?
It's as if like the Stanleys had little babies. It's ridiculous. What would you ever need insulated mini thermos for other than to just waste your money on? And it's going to end up in a landfill. My 10-year-old insisted on a mini hydro flask for school this year. It's approximately 1 sip of water. It really is a shame. And then, you know, you can't just stop at one, because there's, 37 different colors that they created, pastel colors, because that's what's in season this year and in trend. And the worst part is, you just grow out of it. Or they come up with a different design, or a 2.0, or a different color, or one with a handle, or a solution to a problem they created. And there you are with 37 bottles or thermoses in the top of your kitchen cabinet that you'll never use. And, broke. It really is a shame. And I just want you guys to wake up to the reality of what's going on here. I did buy one, but it's my thermos for shots, because a shot glass is, so last season now.
Hi, I'm an environmentalist, and let's watch this 4-year-old bathroom restock video. I have no problem with the toothpaste thing. It could be really helpful, especially for kids. The woman in the video said that her 4-year-old loves doing her hair and skincare, and I think these products are pretty reasonable. It's a pretty reasonable amount for a 4-year-old. I do have a recommendation though. Instead of getting those types of floss, get a water flosser. It might be helpful since the child is only 4 years old.
Wow.
And I don't have a major problem with these rubber bands. They come in a pack, and most likely the child is losing them often, so I don't have a major problem. So do you think this video screamed overconsumption? Let me know your thoughts.
Honestly, a big part of why consumerism gets so out of control is because most people don't actually have a clear view of their finances. When everything is spread across different credit cards and bank accounts and even apps, it's really easy for spending to slip through the cracks. And that's why today's video is sponsored by Monarch Money, a personal finance platform that brings everything together in one place so you can actually see the full picture. Monarch is private and ad-free. You're the customer, not the product, so there's no ads and no data selling. Monarch syncs with 13,000 plus financial institutions and pulls your accounts, spending, net worth, debt payoff progress, and recurring bills into one clean dashboard. Instead of constantly jumping between applications, trying to piece everything together, you can just open Monarch and instantly see where you stand. And the budgeting tools are flexible too. You can separate your luxury spending versus your need spending and set up customizable rules and categories so everything can stay organized without feeling restrictive. One thing I actually really like is that Monarch doesn't just track numbers, it actually helps you understand them. With their new AI-powered insights, Monarch can now use your financial data to show you helpful explanations about changes in your spending or net worth in plain English, which makes it extremely really easy to stay aware without obsessing over every transaction. It's also couples ready, so if you manage your money with a partner like I do with my fiance, you can finally share the same dashboard, goals, and recurring bills so everyone can stay on the same page. And the experience is great across both web and their mobile app. So whether you're doing a quick spending check-in on your phone or reviewing your net worth on a bigger screen, everything is right there. In a world where companies are constantly trying to get you to spend more, having a clear view of your money is one of the best ways to take back control. So huge thanks again to Monarch Money for sponsoring today's video and supporting the channel. You can start your free trial and get 50% off your first year by scanning the QR code you see somewhere on the screen or by using my link down in the description of today's video. I don't know if it's screamed overconsumption, but it is a lot of like stuff. Granted, I don't have kids, so I don't know. I'm just thinking of my childhood. I never grew up with my own personal bathroom at 4 years old. I had to share it with, a family of 4. So we didn't have a lot of things. We just had the essentials. I think that's the biggest issue is we're teaching kind of younger kids in the younger generation that materialism is totally acceptable and like this is how you should truly express yourself to the world. You will be judged based on not so much like, achievements, personality, accomplishments, family. No, now it's just on like what you have at the current moment that's in style, in season, and in trend. And I think that is a slippery slope because it's the root cause that I've noticed as to why so many people are in credit card debt, consumer debt, personal debt, have a constant revolving car payment because they can never have a car older than 3 years old and are broke. Landfill Core. That's the new one. Yeah, look at this stuff. POV spending a day at the beach in Florida? Are you kidding me? This has got to be some level of like eye pollution. Imagine relaxing at the beach in Florida and you see major capitalism floating by advertising a coffee. There's got to be a line drawn. Don't get me wrong. I like capitalism. I like free market. I like that, people can be creative and express ideas and, start their own business overnight and be successful. But the problem is this like late stage capitalism, this solicitation you never signed up for. It should be illegal. Like the top comment says, it really should be illegal. Yeah, I hate capitalism. What are we doing, man? This would actually send me into a seething rage. Yeah, it kind of sent me into one behind the camera. You guys might not realize it, but that does really piss me off. This is almost worse than like getting solicited to when you own your own house and they come knocking on your door and you think it might be a neighbor, something like that. And then you get stuck, pressured into talking to somebody, into spending your hard-earned money on something you don't want. This is like a level above that. And that really is sick. It really is. Talk about pollution. This is where your $40 cups end up, by the way. It's actually hysterical that they're all on the shelves at Goodwill. I'm actually pretty happy that they ended up there and not in a landfill or at the bottom of the ocean, but I have a good feeling that they're probably going to end up there too. But what does that show you? What does that tell you? This tells you that this is a trend and a fad, and just as quickly as you buy all this stuff, there's going to be a new one released, and all the stuff that you previously had is going to be out of style and a waste, a complete and total waste.
I cannot stand it when people are constantly buying new things to match a new aesthetic or a new color. That just screams consumerism final boss to me.
I agree. Oh my gosh, it's all blue. Look at all the plastic.
The sleeves.
Oh my god, her nails are blue too.
Also, you do not have to take them out of the packaging and show us how to use them. We can use our brains. Thank you. Stop wasting products for content.
Oh my gosh.
Girl, what purse do you own and how big is it?
Wow, it's so much waste.
It would take me 3 years to go through all of this.
Right? Look at how much product waste this causes. I don't have an issue so much with buying new things, but I think you got to understand why you're buying it. If you're buying it to keep up with the Joneses, to keep up with your neighbor, to impress other people, there's an issue. If you genuinely like something and you're going to buy it and hold on to it for like a long period of time, then go for it. Buy the Stanley. I'm not saying they don't look cool. Certainly they do. But if you're going to be throwing it out in 6 months or not using it in 6 months and upgrading to the next latest and greatest Stanley mug or other water bottle brand, you have a problem. Personally, I do like to buy new things if they solve a problem, if they actually have real world utility and I'm going to hold on to them for a long time, then sure. I mean, tech gadgets, cameras, microphone equipment, at least in my niche, there is newer, later and greater things, and it does make things more efficient. AI, stuff like that. Like, there is a purpose for it, but you need to understand why you're purchasing it. Anywho, so true on the garages. People have 100K plus of cars parked outside while their garage is full of junk. So I brought this up in a previous like consumerism episode that I've started to notice around my apartment complex more and more and more self-storage, just like storage warehouses that are like 3, 4, 5 stories high for people to store their junk. More so, I've noticed that in the houses around my area, that lots of times people have both their 2 cars parked outside of their 2-car garage. And when the door goes up, it's filled to the brim with stuff. It's become its own storage warehouse, whether it's neatly organized in the plastic totes or dumped everywhere. There is a point where this does become a problem when you can't even park your cars in your garage. This screams consumerism. This screams not being able to get rid of things. And to me, that's a problem because you're pissing away your money, having to go out and buy a storage unit to store extra stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. They can be useful if you're mid-move or you just inherited stuff and you need to go through it. I get it. But for the overwhelming majority of people that get those units, they have them for years, if not decades, and it's just to hold on to junk they don't need.
Today's the day we put up my girlfriend's $1 million Loungefly collection in her new makeup room.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay, baby, where do you want to start with this river of Loungeflies you have going here?
This is nuts.
Some of my bags are in Colorado as well at Damon's dad's house because when we went from Florida to Colorado back, I left some of my stuff there and I hadn't shipped it home because I knew I was going to come here. So
this is nuts. You know what's even crazier than somebody collecting 400 Disney-themed backpacks in their own designated room? The fact that we're about to hit almost 100,000 subscribers on the channel, that to me is absolutely insane. Once we do, I'm going to be doing a big giveaway. I think paying off some people's debt. We'll figure it out. So definitely stay tuned. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. Unlike the consumerism, subscribing to the channel is completely free and you might actually save money because of the things that we talk about here on the channel. You might pick up some tips and tricks. Anywho, let's see what people have to say about collecting these bags. Kind of a waste of money. See, that's interesting too, because we've made videos on like extreme collections, and it really is crazy to see what people have an interest in collecting. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars spent on a collection of something that's probably going to go down in value or essentially be worthless, possibly. I don't know the value of it all, but there's better ways to invest your money than into like Beanie Babies or Webkins or backpacks, things like this that probably isn't going to do that well for you. I mean, you got to think of all the storage that it takes. She has a dedicated room now to store all these backpacks in, and talk about spending so much money. I mean, I get it, but man, I just think there's better things to collect than that. Things that if you do decide to sell down the road, at least you'll make your money back or more.
This level of consumerism makes me so depressed.
Jeez, it's just like slop, like consumer slop just thrown in. Once you see it as junk, you can never go back. Yeah, it's just so dysfunctionally unorganized that you can tell they don't even care anymore, that they know it's slop, like consumer slop now, that they're just throwing it on the shelves to get people in to buy it all. It's crazy. All on the, the TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods credit cards, going into tremendous amounts of debt, and then being stuck, paying a 34% interest rate.
Hi, I'm Lainey, also known as the Over-Consumption Girl, and today we're going to be showing you
There's
every
no
single
way.
product that I have. So let's do a little tour. So this is my body care closet. I have the Bath & Body Works body creams up there. We have all of my shower gels from Bath & Body.
The shelves are bending.
Shut up. We have this cute little rolly cart that has a bunch of body washes that I don't have any room for, guys.
Collection, addiction, hoarding. Where is the line drawn between the three of them? Because this stuff expires. It doesn't even make sense.
This is a cute little addition to it. Okay, we're gonna move that out of the way. We have all of my 206 Bath & Body Works body sprays right here. I love every single one. And I just color-coordinated all of them to be a rainbow. And then right here we have all of my Philosophy body washes along with random ones that
There's no room.
Don't want to put anywhere. But then we have candles, obviously, because who doesn't want any candles? Anyways, if you follow me to the bathroom, you guys know exactly where this is. This is my shower, and a lot of you might think this is crazy, but I actually love it, and that's my opinion. So this is my shower rack. We got all the Doves. We have
This is an
all
issue.
of these natives.
This is a problem.
We have some EOs right here. Some more natives, Dove. Whatever. Oh, sorry, that's missing. We have my my Lush shower gels, and this is Luke's section right here. It's kind of small, but you know what? So is he. Here, away from the cats. And these are all of my body scrubs.
It's behind
these
the
are all
TV.
Tree Huts. This is a mixture of Tree Hut and Dove, and then this is Dove, Walmart, Bath
It doesn't
Body Works,
end.
Literally any body scrub that I can fit in there. Body oils, body sprays.
Oh my
whatever.
gosh. She can't even.
Oh. Sometimes you gotta help it. I'm hot.
This is an illness, guys.
And then under here are all the body butters. I'm not even gonna open that whole thing because everything will fall on top of here, but it's a lot easier to open if I'm actually taking my time, but we're not. But yeah, here are all the body butters. We have Way, Bath & Body Works, Sol de Janeiro, Tree Hut. So here's my makeup.
Just want to let you guys know that's not me heavy breathing in the background. That's the video.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, but I don't care. Anyways, that is my entire body care and hygiene collection. Way more to come. But that's everything for now. Love you guys so much. Bye, babies.
Is it even safe to be using expired products like that on your skin? Part of me thinks using all that stuff would just cause more harm than good. It defeats the purpose there. See, this is the point. When is it acceptable? When is it okay to collect things? Because I know people that have huge Lego collections. Maybe it's because it holds value. Yeah, I think they do. But if you build them, does it? I don't know. I mean, some people are into collecting that type of stuff. I used to collect sneakers, retros, Jordans, and things like that. The reason I did, not only because I liked it and it was trendy at the time, but because there was value to it. Because I enjoyed the money behind them, that I could resell them, flip them, clean them up, make more money, the profit off of collecting the sneakers. And then since I know people collect Pokemon cards, but as a kid, I didn't have an understanding of it, and they just recently became valuable. But that could also be the driving factor as to why some people collect certain things, baseball cards, Pokemon cards, things like that, is because they know it has value to it. This stuff, I don't think has any value. The second you buy it, it loses money. It doesn't go up in value. So what is this? Just hoarding? Okay, I totally get that everyone enjoys different things. See, this is my point. But this is thousands of dollars worth of body care products that are going to expire before they could possibly be used. It's tough to understand. This is exactly where my head's at. I'm having a really tough time understanding the point of collecting things like this and collecting backpacks as an adult. I can understand as a kid, but as an adult, things become a little harder to understand, especially when they don't necessarily hold value to it or going to appreciate in value.
God, I saw this on Facebook and it says my shower room.
Jeez.
Oh my God. First things first, this is only $1,100 billion worth of product. But like, this doesn't overstimulate you? What is your pH balance? This many chemicals on your body could not be healthy. Not only that, but like, when I'm in a shower that has a shower curtain and the plastic liner sticks to me while I'm showering, it makes me want to peel my skin off. I can only imagine turning around and hitting my elbow or my butt cheek on any one of these shelves. Put me into a grave. How do you deal with this? How does this not bother you? How do you choose which one is which? This is overconsumption at its finest.
It sure is.
Not to mention, these products have expiration dates on them. And you're not using all of these products before they expire. I get wanting to smell good for sure, but wowee, is this? I won't yuck your yum, but I'm speaking my opinion. You know what I mean?
I get annoyed just having, a shampoo, conditioner, body wash to the point that I just have a 3-in-1 bottle because I just don't care. I think it's okay. Don't judge me or judge me in the comments. I'm curious. Collected from restaurants. Interesting way to say stealing. Hysterical. In the last video, somebody was collecting items from restaurants. Utensils, silverware, cups, containers, dipping saucers. And she said, this is my restaurant collection. And I'm like, that's theft. People will collect anything.
Overconsumption has been rebranded as cute and organized, but guys, restocking is not a flex. The ability to buy super specific, perfectly labeled containers to hold all of your items that came in a perfectly good container is not something to be proud of. And here's why. This kind of thinking ties your self-worth to your ability to consume both a bunch of plastic crap that will end up in a landfill sooner rather than later, and a bunch of heavily scented, heavily flavored toxic chemicals. I won't deny that these videos are temporarily satisfying, but the idea that decanting your plastic container of fabric softener into a giant glass countertop container will somehow improve your overall quality of life is mistaken. Solid relationships, financial security, your health, and memorable experiences are the formula for a life well lived. Don't be duped into buying all of this landfill-bound crap by all of these hauls and restock videos that are just a disguise for Amazon commercials. Stop solving problems that don't exist.
She hit the nail right on the head with that one. We've made episodes consistently on restock influencers, and it's insane the consumerism that these kind of influencers are promoting to an extent, just that everything has to be decanted. Don't get me wrong, Amazon find videos we've actually found pretty interesting here on the channel, showing innovative new products that are coming to market. Some of them are corny, some of them are cheesy, but others actually serve like real world utility and have a purpose. So, it really depends on which way we go. Someone in another video said, look around and all the clutter you see used to be money. Jeez. And I'll take it a step further and say all of that you traded for your time. Each bottle that lady showed in her house, each of those Bed Bath & Beyond bottles probably was 2 hours of her time spent working somewhere to then exchange it for something that's going to expire and get thrown out. It really is a shame.
I'm aware that what I'm about to say is completely ridiculous, and I'm really not trying to be ungrateful, but this is everything that just came this week. All of this stuff is amazing, obviously, to have and to get, and I'm so grateful for all of the gifting and the brands that I get to work with, but it's a lot. I guess my hope for this video is that it lands on the FYP of other content creators and influencers, because I need some advice, guidance, help of how to not let all of this overwhelm you. I recently posted a video of how I organize everything and put everything away, and that was like last week, and there was so much stuff, and now this is this week and there's more stuff and I'm running out of space. There's quite literally bins and bins of stuff. That whole thing is filled, and I'm just like, it's a mess. Is there a better way for me to do this? Is there like a different method? I literally do giveaways every single week to my followers, my friends. Anytime someone comes over, I'm like, please go up into my office and just take whatever you want. But this is 1 week of stuff.
No way.
It piles up in my kitchen, and then I carry everything upstairs and it piles up here. It's overwhelming. And I think what's most overwhelming about all of it is that it's sitting in your face knowing that you have to take a picture of it. You can't open a box yet because you need to do an unboxing video. So everything just kind of like sits in the boxes so that when I pile everything up, have them all stacked behind me and then unbox all of them. So I'm like saving the packages, if that makes sense. Even if I wasn't doing that, like it's very much overconsumption, overstimulation. It's going to expire eventually if I don't use it right away. And I have my products that I love and use all the time. Like I keep them all in my bathroom, like all of my makeup, like my skincare, whatever, like it's all here. And there's only so much stuff that I can do, like use. It is my job and it is a privilege to be able to try all of these new products and like continue, I guess, be introduced to like what the brands are doing next. But maybe that's the root of the problem. Like all of these brands are trying to keep up with each other. So they continue to launch the next hair serum, the next mascara, the next lip oil, the next lip stain, the face masks. Like they are also just pushing. Then in turn, the influencers have to push and push and push and push. And then how much is the consumer that's not an influencer, that's just a normal person, really even buying constantly all the time? I don't know. I'm really not trying to sound like a brat. I'm just overwhelmed. Love you, bye.
Yeah, it's crazy because I dabble in TikTok Shop too. You know, I do it fairly often because it's fun. But it really does show you, like, this is the new world order that we're entering. Like, this is the next phase, a shift in society is just fully focused on, like, materialism and consumerism, like, and shopping. And online shopping. That's where things are now going. So much so that even YouTube, I've been getting constant emails from them to focus on adding taggable things to my videos on the channel for products. Like, oh, that lamp, let me tag what that is. And then if you buy it, I get a commission. That's the focus now. Not so much, or they're dabbling with it on like content creation, but it's making it a shoppable event within the content that you're creating. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. Everything you have ever bought still exists today on the earth. Yeah, that's freaky.
What do you mean that grown women are waiting in line for 2 hours in the morning to go buy a Starbucks teddy bear cup at 8 in the morning? Our over-consumerism in America is so embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Like, why are grown women fighting over a cup? Why do you even want the cup? Why do you even want the cup?
Right.
What are you going to do with a teddy bear cup, first of all? These are grown women fighting over who gets a cup. And people standing in line for hours to wait in line to buy a cup. Like, out of all of the things that you could be doing with your time, out of all the things that you could be buying, essentially, it's that? Like, our over-consumerism here is so embarrassing.
Someone says, people won't go stand in line to vote, but they'll wake up at 4 a.m. to go get some cheap cup. Yeah, they'll take off work, lose a day of pay, to go buy a teddy bear cup that's going to go out of style and out of season in 6 months until Starbucks drops another one. $30 for a cup that's not insulated and won't fit in your cup holder. Bear in mind, in the middle of the week, taking off work. Anywho, guys, that is going to be it for today's hyper-consumerism episode. I don't know if you guys know the history of how this all started, but I believe it was post-World War II, several decades later, maybe the 80s. There was some shift from, people to profits, where corporations and companies shifted. It was like stakeholder to shareholder focus, where instead of, making people the main focus of society, making them better, pensions and good benefits and good hourly wages and jobs and, start a family and all these things, it shifted away from that and became, how do we get people to spend more? How do we make shareholders more money? And they figured that out by creating endless trends, endless cycles, fast fashion, and to get you hooked on consumerism, to make your identity materialistic stuff. And that has just been ramped up now in the 2000s and in 2026, and it's getting out of hand, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. Just be aware of what's going on. Not to say you can't, dabble in it a little bit. Everyone's you got to live a little bit, but just be careful, because it can spiral out of hand really fast, and it could get really bad really quick. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you haven't seen the previous hyper-consumerism episode, definitely make sure to check it out right after this. Peace.